Well, guys, me and Josie are heading out. Just went to Merrill, Oregon. That's where my John Deere dealer is. And other day, let's see, it was Thursday. One of my big ranch accounts, they had a John Deere BD11. I'm not a Now, to be completely honest with you and up front, I'm not the expert on grain drills. I look at it, to me, it's just another machine. I can fix it, you know. So, anyway, the John Deere BD1113 grain drill. It's a wheel-driven, it's an in-wheel grain drill is what it is. Well, it's not even really John Deere, it's a Frontier. So I'm going to tell you right up front, this thing is so, I don't know, I don't know what they paid for it. They probably paid top dollar for it because it's got a John Deere name on it. It's basically a Frontier drill with a John Deere tag. And it is the cheapest made pile of shit. This thing has got a main shaft with a bunch of roll pins, and you got to take the whole end of the drill off to get this shaft. The shaft broke in it, and so I went over there and looked at it, and got the parts ordered next day. That was Thursday. Well, Friday, I called them at noon, and the parts didn't show up because one of the sprockets still wasn't there. So it's Monday now. So anyway, I tear this thing apart, and this main shaft, it's got one of those, what do you call that? I'm having a brain fart. You know those, you have those bearing halves, and they have two plates. They'll usually have carriage bolts that'll go and sandwich the bearing together, and there'll be a bearing in the middle between the two plates. Well, that's what kind of bearing it had, but guess what? It was plastic. It was a plastic bearing. And I called them and I said, man, is there an updated bearing for this thing? Because this bearing is what caused this shaft to sag, and that's what caused this shaft to break. And they said, no. But they got to get the drilled, they got to get the grain drilled. So we're just going to go ahead and put this cheap plastic bearing back in there with the new shaft, and then come this fall when everything's parked, and maybe this winter, I told them, I said, let's pull that back apart and take some mics and mic the shaft and see what kind of shaft ID, you know, we could get a good metal bearing, like a roller bearing or pillow block bearing, or fabricate something better than that, because that's ridiculous. So, and it doesn't really even spin. It's basically almost not even really a bearing. It's acting as a bushing, and the shaft's just spinning in it. So anyway, we get back over here and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's a pretty cheap setup, man. So here it is, guys. So here, you gotta tear the whole end off this drill. All I have, oh man, I left that parts book. Damn it. There's a parts book over at the shop that has the exploded view, or did I throw it in the truck? I should have thrown it in the truck, but I probably left it laying on. Dirty son of a gun, I left it laying over there. I don't have a service manual. I have to like figure all this out, but I might have to go over there and get that. But here's where that shaft broke, right there. Right where one of the roll pin holes are. And there's the other end of it, right there. But it's got like a clutch here set up in it. I stacked all this stuff up the way it came out. But, I'll show you here what we got for parts. Here's the new shaft. Here's the rest of the stuff. Sprocket, Commander said get everything on that shaft that we need to change it. Here we are. Okay, I don't know what's in here. I think I ordered some roll pins. One of these sprockets I was like waiting forever for. That. Spring, brand new spring. Okay, what is this? This is a clutch collar. What's up, Dave? What's up, Josie? What the hell is this here? I hope it's the other clutch collar, I hope. Smart enough to get the box open. Yeah, good. Alright. Those are the clutch collars. Okay. Washers. Alright. What's up, babe? So let's grab this thing. Let's grab all these parts, take them over here on the bumper. There's a lot of parts on these drills. There's where that plastic bearing goes. There should be a bearing in here. That is the bearing right there, guys. This is such a chicken shit deal. That's their bearing. That piece of plastic is their bearing. You gotta be kidding me. Okay. And then it's got a little worm gear down here that runs a meter. Okay. So let's look and see where this roll pin needs to be placed for this keeper to be in the right spot. Everything's going to have a certain spot that it's in. I got to make sure that I'm getting the right end of the shaft here. He's got the shaft. So this shaft here, let's see, that's got one roll pin, but I don't know. What does this end look like? See, this end here's got two roll pins in it, so this, okay, so obviously that end goes there. Okay, so I didn't get this roll pin, but it's just a roll pin, it should be fine. This has got a set screw, but I showed him, I said it was spinning on there when I got to it. You can tell though it's cracked. It won't tighten up because it's plastic. So he said they don't use the meter anyway, so we need to count. So we got one snap ring or roll pin hole there. So it should be the second one in. So we're gonna have to knock this one out of there to get our roll pin, because I've got an assortment of roll pins, but I don't have them with me. Punch would that be? That's maybe like 5/64 or something of that nature. Okay. I don't even really care about if that's there or not. So we got a new sprocket, and that sprocket is going to be orientated that way. And all the paint on the shaft, the new shafts are not going to go on there. So this washer will obviously go so kind of need to make sure I'm doing right here. So probably gonna have to clean all this shit off of here with a wire wheel or something. It's gonna go in this hole right here. Goes my finger. Punch is a little bit too big there. Okay. Can be kind of a tricky deal because you can't really stack this up out here and put it in. It has to be pieced together in the machine and compressed to get this roll pin in. So this kind of holds this. This goes in here like this up against this one washer and hangs on the ear. Let's see. So yeah, I got to slide it through and slide it through this. Let me get the shaft and slide it through. Yeah, it's got to go in. What I can do is I'm going to have to go like this. This, hang it on here. Slide all this shit in the hole. Interesting. Or do I have to completely stack it up on the shaft and slide it all together? Kind of looking that way. I'm gonna have to like stack it all up on the shaft and get it together. Maybe not, maybe. Might be able to compress that spring. There's a bearing down here that I can't get it through though. How am I going to do this? Let's see here. I'd have to take... Once I got it through this one bearing and got it back, I'd have enough room, I think. Well, no, I wouldn't ever... I'm not going to be able to get the other clutch collar on there. The other clutch collar has to be on there. Let me rethink this. Okay, so... that goes here. This goes here. Tricky business here. Let's see. Trying to figure out how I'm gonna do this. Here's my plastic bearing. Okay, so I gotta get this bearing. Buddy of mine, he said, hey, what do you think about this monkeypox thing? And I said, oh, I got 6 bananas with me. 6 bananas with you, he says. I said, yeah, you just stretch them out and you get, just make sure you got 6 bananas between you and the next guy there, and you'll be fine. I had a distant relative that died from monkeypox, you son of a bitch. Well, we gotta have something to get the American people all scared of something, you know. They gotta be scared of something all the time. Okay. Have to figure out, because this has to go through there, and then what a pain in the asshole. How are you supposed to get all that? Because this doesn't come off of here. What a pain in the ass. What a stupid design. So what I gotta do is shove this little washer here they got. I wonder, man, this is not gonna be easy, really. I got this clip here. This clip will go out here. Let's see, how are we gonna do this? How are we gonna do this? And then this little thrust washer here actually sits down in here. This gear goes up against it. Okay, and it's got this collar. This roll pinned onto the shaft down here. So do I need to... There's a flat spot right there. Let's see here. This has got to go through here, though. Yeah. It's a tricky deal here. Tricky deal. So... this is all going to come back out. What a pain in the ass. This has got to go. In here. This is going to be fun. Okay. All this clutch mechanism. One of my hoses is right smack in the way here. It's gonna go like that once all this stuff's set up in here correctly. Wow. What a deal, huh? What a deal, what a deal. Good and pissed off by the end of the day. Washer fell off. shit together. Where is the flat spot go? That bearing half clamps together. Where's the flat? The flat's gonna sit right there. Okay, like that. I need to get the flat on this set in the right spot. Kinda need to keep tension on it so my carriage bolts don't fall out on me. So I believe it's gonna be about like that. So now it's gonna have tension on it because of that spring. All that shit in there. Let's see here. I'm gonna have to get this clutch mechanism up here and bolt it in. The way all that stuff's sitting up there where it's supposed to sit. And this one here is not popped over where it needs to be. What the fuck? Huh. This shit there is supposed to work. Something just don't seem right. There it goes, okay. Alright. That's gonna go there. Side of that. It's gonna go over there. Maybe get a bolt that in there. I got 43% now on the battery, but so I've got everything. So this collar and everything in there. Got it tied to this other main shaft here and the roll pin in this collar. But here's where I could really use two people. How am I going to do this? There's two roll pins on this hole down on this shaft, and I gotta compress. Basically, I gotta grab this shaft and pull it out and get to the other roll pin. I wonder if I can get a big pair of vice grips and clamp it somehow in place once I get it pulled out. Let's try that. Bit more. I finally got a bar on it and pried it out enough to reclamp. I got a bar between this and the collar and pushed it out a little bit more and got my vice grips resituated, and I got this collar on in the second pinhole. So that was wasn't any fun. Okay, cool. But I got this sprocket on the wrong hole. It's got to go on this one. So I got to move it down. Because everything's still in all the bearing holders and everything from moving this shaft. This shaft runs all the way over to here. Oh, look at that. The chain's partially off over here. Well, that's not any good. So we gotta make sure that's right before we go back together. Yeah, that's not right. Sir, how do you loosen that up? Or you just turn it till you find the master? Or what the hell's the deal here? You just grab it and pull up on it. How do you take the slack out of the chain? I'm gonna have to find the master and break the chain, I guess. Well, that sucks. I had to go get the book. I wanted to make sure that I was getting the thrust washer on there correctly. This thrust washer goes between this collar. It goes in these 3 tabs on this gear right here. You can see where that thrust washer was rubbing on there. Okay. Get a hammer. Up, babe. Tension on this thing with my arm holding. I got vice grips tensioned up against that bearing, this should get up against that. Okay. Then I can probably take my vice grips off there, I think. Let that all come back. So that should have brought that up against that thrust washer. Yeah. Okay. This gear right here will go kind of over this. Yeah, there's 2 threaded holes right there. Let me see if I can tap that on there and get the bolts in it. To come a little too far. Okay. Alright. Get the bolts in that. I don't even remember what I did with those. I think I threw them in a magnetic parts tray, I thought. Didn't I have a magnetic parts tray that I had a bunch of bolts in? Yes. So I gotta find the 2 bolts that go into that. These all... yeah, they weren't shouldered bolts. They were like this. They had lock washers on them. Should have been another non-shouldered bolt in here somewhere. Let me find that. sure seem to be a long ways off. Well, not too bad. Okay. Uh-oh. Thought I lost the master clip for it. I don't know how many of these little ones I've lost over the years. Let's see here. Getting started on here. Okay. Where in the hell? I just left the screwdriver over there. Dadgummit. Okay, there it is. So now the shaft should turn. Okay. All right. So when this whole thing goes down, what it does, it rocks this over, and that's how that clutch locks in. This whole thing will rock over. See where this arm here is. I sure hope I didn't get those. I don't think there's any way I got those backwards, but I don't think. Let's look and see if the book tells us anything about it. So they got the bolt here. Here's this one leg, and it's going, the one with the ear on it with the bolt is the one towards this side, the way I've got it. Okay, so yeah, this ear's on this one towards this side. I'm pretty certain I got it right. So, okay. Now, I'm gonna put this whole end back together, which should be all kinds of fun. So you got this assembly here. We gotta put the chain and shit on there, don't we? We gotta put this gear on there. This gear goes over this. Like so. This chain here, do we need to get that on? I'm gonna throw that chain. Please get it over the sprocket here before I stick that gear on there. Probably be a wise thing to do. I'm gonna have to pick the master, huh, to get it wedged in there. Here we go with another master link. Let me go break the master link on this one. I'll feed it over that sprocket. Way too high in the air. See what I did with my lineup bar? I'm not seeing it. Ah. There. almost got her. I guess I'll go to the Peterbilt. Get on that. Be out there in the dark doing that probably. Okay, my jack's up from underneath it now. Set back on her own 2 feet. Guys, well, the grain drill is all back together. The only thing they didn't put on there was that plastic wheel that stripped, that was broke. It was spinning on there anyway. It runs this meter right here, and he said they don't use the meter anyway. But the way this works, I'm trying to find when this goes down and the drill actually lowers down this apparatus right here, and it goes down, what it does, it moves right here where these are kind of cammed over, and they'll move into these slots. This slot will move into this slot, and then these dogs here, because this is spring loaded, it'll shove this clutch into here, and then that'll drive the shaft. So, and this cylinder here is what runs that. So I wonder if I should test that. I probably should test that, huh? Just to make sure that that's all gonna work. Or if the keys in this tractor, man, I'm pretty dirty, man. This is a really nice tractor. I don't think I should be climbing in this tractor with my coveralls. If I do, I need to pull them off. Let's see if I can just go down like this. That's down, see? See now, see how this is moved over? I gotta try it. Yeah, I got my greasy coveralls off. I got it down, but I'm just gonna pull ahead just a little bit. I want to see those clutch ears lock in. This forklift's right up against the tractor. JCB 930. Just need to pull up just a little bit. The tilt wheel's screwed up. Let's go look at it. Yeah, they're locking together right now. You can see them. See how they're locking together here? If if everything's working, it should turn this shaft, which should turn this shaft. Go just a little bit further. I think this U-bolt looks like it might have moved a little bit on this square shaft, and it needs to be over here maybe. Well, I'll let him try it tomorrow and see what happens.